What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode. And finally, I have the review for the Keychron K6. Let's check it out. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is that this keyboard is Bluetooth capable, and you can also use a right angle cable that is included in the packaging, which I did show in my unboxing video. I will have that link down in the description for you to check out. You can also use other USB-C cables, but keep in mind they have to be a regular output power cable for you to use them. So any fast charging cables will not work with this keyboard. So that will include your aviator or limo connector cables. I've tried using mine and it just wouldn't power on, so that's just a tip for you. So with the 4,000 milliamp hour battery on this keyboard, I was able to get around 2 weeks of testing. Now I did fully charge the keyboard to make sure I get in more accurate testing experience. So I did see that this battery does claim to be around the 72-hour use, depending on how often you use this keyboard. So I typically use this keyboard around 8 to 9 hours each day, Monday through Friday, doing work, and I was pretty satisfied with how long it lasted for me. And also, I just wanted to note that I did have RGB backlighting on each time I used this keyboard. Okay, so to change your RGB lighting, you're going to hit the light bulb to the very top right corner of the keyboard, and I'm just going to show you the different modes that are included with it. So to make sure I show you each one, you may see some modes that roll around again. So while I show you the different modes on here, now just to touch on backlighting, to me it could be much better. It's very dim and barely noticeable when it's on, in my opinion. So I really hope in the future in their keyboards, Keychron brightens up the backlighting of their keyboards so you're able to see it in the daytime, but at night it is definitely not an issue, or just in a dark setting is very much visible. But of course you do have the option to switch RGB or the white backlight completely off, as you will see. Okay, so here are the keycaps. Now, Keychron uses ABS plastic for their keycaps that come on the keyboard. Now, I really don't care for ABS plastic because once you use them, you're going to see oils and residue from typing. So I definitely recommend you changing out the keycaps if you're able to, and get you a better set that will be more durable and you won't experience any shine or those oils or residues, as I mentioned before. However, I do like the fact that they are cherry profile. And I should mention that the ABS plastic is made of 1.1 meters. Okay, so one of the great things about this keyboard is that it is hot swappable. So you're able to change out the key switches whenever you want to replace the ones that are included, or you want to test out others. So I went with Gateron brown switches, which I like, but we will talk about those a little bit later. Let's talk about the hot swappable PCB that was included. So here is the PCB. In the PCB, Keychron used KO sockets. So I'm not 100% familiar with KO sockets. However, to me, I noticed that the sockets were a little close, making it a little difficult to pull and put back in the key switches. So that's just something to keep in mind when taking the key switches out. Make sure you are not applying too much pressure when putting the key switches in, and not forcing the key switches out. But you'll see me making sure that the pins are connected to the sockets. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this keyboard is Bluetooth compatible, so you're able to set it to 3 devices. Now I have my computer set to Q, another laptop set to W, and my iPad set to E. To set up each device, you will simply hold function 1 plus Q or W or E. So you will hold those keys for 3 seconds, and as you can see, mine quickly flash because my devices are ready to go. But you can also take a look at the user guide that is included in your packaging. So one more thing I wanted to know is that when you're using the Bluetooth, your keyboard will disable after 10 minutes of inactivity. Okay, so now let's do a typing test, as I know most have been waiting for. Okay, so let's talk about the 65% form factor, which is another reason why I like the K6. I have been enjoying the 65% version versus any other form factor. Now, the reason why is because it is smaller and more compact and easier to transport around. So I enjoy using the K6 with my iPad simply because it fits my setup a little bit better when I'm in a smaller space or I just need more room to use other things. But I will say, when using this keyboard with my iPad, I noticed as I typed on it, the Bluetooth connectivity was a tad bit slower. So what I mean by that is that as I hit the key switches, they were responding very late. So I definitely tried this out multiple times to see if it was the iPad or my laptop or the keyboard, and it's just a connection between the keyboard and my iPad. So that is something for you to note when you're checking out this keyboard. Okay, so for the aluminum frame, I do feel like it is decent quality. However, I do feel a little bit differently after building my own keyboard, but for the price, you really can't complain. So if you're wondering about the height of this keyboard, at low angle, feet retracted, it is a little bit tough for me to consistently type on. However, when I use the adjustable feet, it is much better for me to type on. And I know in the past on their other keyboards, people have complained about the height, as it is difficult to type on depending on which level you're using. So currently at the time of this video, the price of the K6 of the aluminum frame plus the RGB, as a Prime member, you can get it for $81. And if you're not a Prime member, you can get it for $95. So that is a good bargain. And to be honest, I can't complain about this keyboard. But I will say in the future, I do hope Keychron does make better keycaps, even if that means to increase the quality of the ABS material for the keycaps, keeping the price more on the budget-friendly end. And I do think that would help with the pinginess when you are typing on this keyboard. So another thing I wish they could include for the options when purchasing this keyboard is other key switches. So a lot of people still enjoy the cherry key switches along with Kale, and it would be cool if Keychron would include those as, again, an option to purchase. But again, this is a hot swappable keyboard, so you're able to purchase those switches separately. That way you can still enjoy those key switches on this keyboard if you choose to. Overall though, I highly recommend this keyboard if you're looking to get into mechanical keyboards and you really want to stay on the budget end. Okay, you guys, but that about wraps it up for me in this video. Let me know what you think. I also review their other keyboards on my channel, so be sure to check those out as well. And of course, you know the drill. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. That really helps out my channel to grow. And if you really think this was a good review and very helpful, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, let me know down in the comment section if you have this keyboard, do you like it? what are some things that you do like about it, and what are some things that you don't like and you wish that could be improved. And let me know what you guys think overall since your experience thus far. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.